Everybody, and welcome to a reaction video where today I'm going to be reacting to Game 5 between the Leafs and the Canadiens. You know, what's the definition of insanity? As a Leafs fan, we usually, never had good seasons. We usually suck. We aren't very successful. And this has been our best year in a long time. Ever since Matthews was drafted, we got Marner, Nylander through the draft. We've been really, really good. And now we're at this time where we should be able to win series and win games confidently. But today, or yesterday, was not that at all. This game was not fun to watch. And through the first 2.5 periods, I thought the game was over. Or I didn't really think the game was over. I thought the game was going to be out of reach, and unless we did something quick, we were going to lose. We did eventually get it back, and we blew it in the worst possible scenario. So if you watched the game last night, you would have noticed that the score going into the second period was 2-0 Canadiens. That is not a good score. I saw the voice crack there. That is not a good score because as a Leafs fan, we've only seen the Canadiens score one goal and then the Leafs tie it up or something around that area. But in this game, it was none of that. There was none of that. It was 2-0 right away in the first period. So that was not a good start to the game. The same guy, Joel Armia, scored 2 goals out of the first 3 for the Canadiens. They made it 3-0 halfway through the second period. So at that point, we're like, oh great, this isn't going to be a fun game to watch. But the Leafs, score a goal with Zach Hyman. It was a really odd goal because Carey Price just couldn't stop it because he was on the ground. But it was still a goal nonetheless. They made it 3-1. So at this point throughout the game, we're like, all you need is just a goal, make it a 1-goal game, and you got a chance here. That happened. Jake Muzzin scored a goal to make it 3-2 off the slap shot, a really lucky slap shot. And he scored to make it 3-2. So that was great. With about 10 minutes to go in the game, a goal, you can make it one more goal to tie it up and possibly win. And they do. Jake Muzzin gets another goal, a goal from him right in front of Carey Price through his legs, chip shot, and ties the game up at 3. So that's 3 straight goals for the Leafs. We're getting flashbacks here of what happened against the Bruins in 2013 with a 3-goal lead blown. And next thing you know, we have another chance here. We score with about 6 minutes to go in the game, and now we got 5 minutes to get another goal and win this thing. It's close. The momentum was completely in our favor, and we're getting there. We're really pushing it on them. We're getting in their zone. We're shooting. We're getting all these chances. And with 5 seconds to go in the game, we had one shot that could have sent us to the second round for the first time in 18 years. It doesn't happen. He just misses it. Goes over his stick and back and out and to the boards, and that's how the third period ends. So you're thinking, now it's overtime. Now it's our chance to seal the deal, cap this comeback and win the series, or we somehow choke this. And with only a minute to go in overtime, the Canadiens, or actually, no, not the Canadiens, they didn't do anything on this play. It was all Leafs there, including the mess. But Jake Muzzin, the guy who scored 2 goals, was passing it to a guy on the other point. Forgot who it was, but he was. And it gets intercepted. It wasn't even a fast pass. It gets intercepted. The Canadiens go back 2-0 and score. They just score. Yeah, right there. 1 minute in overtime, they just take out the comeback. Yeah, that's done. Yeah, you're not going to do that. And they win. And it was a very, very stressful game for Leafs fans because down 3-0, you're like the lowest of lows. You're depressed. You're like, just end the game now. We can lose. And then with 3-1, you're like, 2 goals. It's not good, but if we get a goal, we can make it 1 goal. And then they score. Okay, 1 goal down now. Now you got a chance here. Just 1 shot that goes in. And then they score again. And now it's 3-3. So now you're like, okay, this game is tied. Got the momentum. Here we can score and win. And then well, uh, you're so close here. You know, you're in overtime. You're like, we can win this. We can win a series for once in our lives. And next thing you know, you blow it. They blew it, and it became a 3-2 series now going into Montreal for Game 6, and this is gonna suck because now apparently Montreal is gonna have fans for their 6th game. In Toronto, there hasn't been fans at all in any single sports game. There hasn't been a basketball game or a baseball game in Rogers Stadium. But in basketball, they haven't played in Toronto since the pandemic started. So, like for us, you know, we aren't gonna have any fans at a Leaf game anytime soon. So, this is gonna suck. I wanted the other thing that really sucked as being a Leafs fan is that you didn't really expect, like you sort of wanted the Leafs to win it on home ice because the Jets did it. They swept the Oilers in overtime in a triple overtime game, you know, a couple nights before that one. So to see the Jets do it, you're like, you know, why don't we do it as well? You know, make history, do something. And they just don't on home ice. And now we got to play in Montreal in Game 6 with fans for their home court or in their home ice advantage. And now that's going to be a lot more problematic because I am not. If this team, this is what's weird, is that as a Leafs fan, you know, you always think it's either the same old Leafs who blow it and don't make it anywhere, or it's a different team. And this series, I thought they've been a different team. You know, Game 2, Game 3, Game 4, they won 3 straight, you know, good for them. They got this. But now, if they lose this game in Game 6, going into a Game 7, I'm not sure how confident I am of them because the Leafs in general haven't been a Game 7 team. Like, you know, the last one that they made a Game 7 was, I think, against Boston in, 2018, 2017? Around then. That was the last time they made a Game 7, and they lost in that Game 7. Spoiler alert. So, like, we don't have the luck on our side for a Game 7. So, now that we lost this game, it's all up to this game against Montreal because now Montreal still needs a game to win to force a Game 7. So it's all up to us. It's all up to this team. You know, if Marner can get his first goal of the playoffs, Matthews can keep his train rolling and get back into the groove of scoring goals and just torching teams, I think we can win the game. But we need to play like we did in Game 4 or we did in Game 3 or in Game 2 because Game 3 wasn't really, it was close. So I'm really hoping that in Game 6 we can play like we did in Game 4 and just end it. Get that ghost riding on our backs and just take it off there and go into the next series against the Jets. The thing is that we have an easier round next series than what we could have had with the Oilers. So if we were to play against the Jets, it's far better than the Oilers. So if we win this series, we would have the Jets and then a team from somewhere out of the other 3 divisions that we would play against depending on seeding. So I'm thinking that, you know, if we win this game, like this series has been oddly close, so I'm losing confidence in this team as each game goes on. But that's for you know, next game. If we lose Game 6, it's gonna be tomorrow night. I'm not gonna be happy. Just so you know that I'm already not happy today. You know, it's not fun to see your team get so close to a comeback and then blowing it just right there, just so close, was in your grasp, and you blow it. So it's gonna come up completely to Game 6 in Montreal. But yeah, this is sort of my little rant. It wasn't really a reaction. I was just ranting about the game. You know, at least 2 players on both teams had double-digit goals in a game for once, which is really, really cool. And, you know, it's going to be fun to watch next game. Hopefully we can have that again. But that is going to do it for this game. Again, I thank you for watching the video. Hopefully, if the Leafs, you know, keep losing like they are right now, hopefully you'll get more angry rant videos, and maybe those will be better than my happy videos. Usually that happens on YouTube. But yeah, thank you for watching the video. You know, like and subscribe if you want. And I'll see you in the next one. That's about it. See ya.